So in this video, I'm going to explain why Army basic training and AIT is nothing like when you get to your unit in the Army. I went through basic training 1 year ago this month. I've been a medic with the 82nd Airborne for about 4 months now. The reason why I'm making this video is because I ran into a lot of individuals during basic and AIT that quit because they thought that this was going to be their life in the Army, and it's nothing like that. So I want to prepare you guys when you get there not to have that same mindset and know that this is just a temporary stage and things will get a heck of a lot better. Stick around to the end and I'll give you some tips to help basic training and AIT be a little bit more palpable and survivable when you get there. So let me explain some key differences when it comes to basic training specifically, and that is freedom. You don't have it. There is no such thing as freedom when you're at basic training. It's a little bit, I would imagine, a step down from prison. I don't know, that's a little dramatic. From the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep, you are told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, all those things. There is no thinking involved. How to wear your uniform, what uniform you're gonna wear, what uniform you're gonna wear to sleep, how to put your uniform away, how to fold your uniform so everybody's locker looks exactly the same. There is no difference. Restrictions. Restrictions are huge when you're going through basic training. You don't have anything of your own. You don't have your own civilian clothes. There is no phone, there's no laptop. All you have is what the military issues you. You are allowed to bring a Bible, and I highly recommend it, as it kept me pretty motivated, kept me inspired. Some very good books in the Bible. There is no coffee at basic training. Coffee is gone. That one was a tough one for me. You're not allowed to use Zins. You're not allowed to vape, tobacco, none of that. It's all restricted. It's all prohibited. You are always in military apparel from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep. So you're just hua 24/7. Your hair is buzzed. You don't have the luxuries of having your luscious locks. And so you look like a boot. But on a positive note, you really don't have a bad hair day, which is good. So if you have some pretty hair, you better say goodbye to it. Not that I do, but I like growing my hair out a little bit. Drill sergeants at basic training are full gas. They are there all the time. From the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep, they'll check on you during fire guard. They'll roam through the barracks, make sure you're wearing the right uniform as you're sleeping. So they are there 24/7, marching you to chow, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. At the first 72 hours, they're in the bathroom while you're doing shower drills. Thankfully, that's only for the first 72 hours. How you speak to them, by saying drill sergeant before or after every sentence. Yes, drill sergeant, no drill sergeant. It's really ramped up when it comes to basic training interactions with the drill sergeant. Uniformity. Everyone is the same. You are not an individual. Everyone's bed looks the same. Everyone's locker, everyone's uniform is exactly the same. And you have to make your bed every single day. If someone forgets their fleece cap and it's 22 degrees, or they forget their gloves, everybody is taking their stuff off. And so you can get really angry at one individual that forgot to bring their fleece cap or their gloves to formation. You are always with a battle buddy nonstop at arm's length away, maybe double arm's length away depending on the drill sergeant. And your camelback. Always have to have your camelback on you at all times, even throughout AIT as well, which I thought I'd shed that thing when I was at AIT. Once you get to AIT, you do have a lot less restrictions, but you still have the restrictions. You still can't vape, do Zins, dip, any of that. You are allowed to drink some coffee at the DFAC, which is really nice. You still have to march to chow, breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the beginning phases. Towards the end of the phases, you get your dinner time to yourself that you can go to the shopette and get something to eat or something on post. You're allowed personal items, so you get your phone, you get your laptop, you get your video game console, you can order a little TV if you want. You can use these things at the end of the day. Also, when you start to phase up after EMT phase, you get gold phase, which you're allowed off post during the weekends, and that's kind of nice to visit the Riverwalk in San Antonio. You still have to be in military apparel. We had to wear our pinks and greens off post. Once you get to your regular unit, it's a whole different world. You're having your platoon sergeant offering you Zins, and you're like, is this a trap? Is this okay? Okay, all right, it's good. Food is up to you. You have an hour and a half for breakfast, hour and a half for lunch, so you can go off post, you can go to the DFAC, you can cook in your own barracks, so you have a lot more freedom when it comes to that. Customs and courtesies aren't blown out of proportion like they were at AIT and basic training. There's a lot of officers that are pretty cool once you get to know them. Some of them don't even like it. You'll go to parade rest and be like, hey, relax, you're freaking me out. Just stand like a normal human. So there's a lot more human-to-human interactions when you're talking to officers and NCOs when you get to your unit. And I was walking by a officer one time, and I was saluting him, and he was waving at that time, and he's like, oh, yeah, carry on, airborne. Depends who you get. Another one I passed without saluting because I was just in the zone, brand new, trying to get to where I was, figure out where I was, and excuse me, paratrooper, is there a reason you didn't salute me? I'm like, didn't even see the rank, that's my fault, bad situational awareness. Hello, officer, you know, that kind of thing. So it just depends who you get. You also have a different bond when it comes to getting to your unit. Like, you have your bonds in AIT and basic training, but you know they're gonna go their separate ways, and so it's a little bit different. Here, you're with them all the time, you're going through the suck together, and potentially these are the people that you're gonna go to war with. So these are some tips I'll give you to help basic training and AIT be a little bit more palpable and survivable while you're there. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with positive people. There's a lot of toxic people that will bring down your morale, the ones that don't care about mass punishment, that are constantly getting you smoked, late to formation, and they can drive you insane if they let them, because they're not going to change and they don't care. Remember, it's not permanent. It's just a small amount of time of your life that you will remember forever and make memories out of. So don't think of it as this is how it's going to be the entire time and get overwhelmed in that day to day. With that being said, be in the moment. There's a lot of things that you do that are pretty cool during basic training in AIT, like shooting guns, rappelling off towers, doing obstacle courses, doing field exercises. You only get to do it one time, so enjoy it. And also just the mindset. I went through a lot of people when I got to reception, they were talking about how bad reception sucks. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's easy money. You're not doing anything except paperwork and standing in line. So it's pretty easy money. They get to basic training and they just complaining the entire time. I can't wait to get to AIT. Get to AIT, they're complaining about AIT. Man, I can't wait till I get to the regular unit, or when I go to airborne. Some of us went to airborne after that, complaining the entire time at airborne school. And just on and on and on. They get to the unit, I'm sure they're still complaining at their unit. They leave the Army, they're in the civilian world, I'm sure they're still complaining about their lives in the civilian world. So that mindset is very important. Make the best of what you have. Remember why you're doing this. Remember why you joined. Think of that bigger picture other than yourself. If you're doing it for college money, if you're doing it for someone's green card, if you're doing it because you want to serve your country, think about those reasons as to why you wanted to join the military. Don't get focused on yourself and how you're feeling at that moment. If you're thinking about enlisting into the military, check these videos out. I made a video on how to make MEPS a little bit of a better experience, and also if you need waivers. I had to get a couple of waivers myself for medical, criminal, and age. If you have any comments at all, leave them below. I respond to all the comments. If you have any questions about life in the 82nd, airborne school, AIT for 68 Whiskey, the combat medic healthcare specialist, any questions at all, let me know and I'll answer them. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.